It'll be under that as well. So what'd you try to search? Well, 12.4 is not going to be on there. We're just doing it today.
Well, I did 12.3.
Yesterday? And you put what? What'd you put for the title?
12.3 solve add and subtract equations.
Okay. You put 12.3 solve addition and subtraction, right? Come here. Come here. Is that what you put? 12.3 solve addition and subtraction equations? Okay. What's that very first one say?
Mark Smith.
There you go.
15 subscribers.
See, somebody found it because there's a view on it, one view.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw it.
Now, you can also do CCA Math, third hour. Come here, Jess. Come here, Jess. See, and you can get all these that say, see? So, either one of those you can. All right, back to our reality now. Now that Jesse got his name on YouTube again. A times 4 equal 24. So they're basically saying this. A number times 4 is equal to 24. Now, we can do that in our head. Okay? You know that 6 times 4 is 24. But once again, you've got to know the process so when we come up on harder problems, we can do the process. Okay? The process is, once again, to solve, we want to isolate the variable on either side of the equal sign. Okay, obviously, most cases, if it starts on the left side, we obviously want to isolate it on the left side. Okay? We isolate the variable by doing the inverse operation to both sides of the equation. Okay, so here is multiplication. So I just rewrite that part of the problem. A times 4, then I do the inverse. Divided by 4 equals 24 divided by 4. Okay? The inverse of multiplication is division. The inverse of division is multiplication. Now, once again, this was the inverse. So I had to do the inverse over here. Okay? Over here, the inverse cancels, leaving me with A is equal to basically 4 into 24, which goes 6 times, so A is equal to 6. Celine?
So basically when we cancel, the only numbers we really divide are the ones at the end?
No, I can't say that. The ones you're dividing are the ones that are away from the variable. Because if I say at the end, how do we read? Left to right or right to left? Huh? Left to right, correct? We're not Hebrew. We read left to right. Okay, hey. We read left to right. So when you say the end, I'm assuming you mean to the far right. Okay? Well, this expression could be this right here and still be the same thing. So if I say at the end, then you're going to try to do, it's the side that the inverse operation is on away from the variable. That's the side you're going to divide. Because these two here cancel each other out because they're inverse of each other. Okay? Let's look at another multiplication problem. Two times E, excuse me, equal 14. All right, try that one on your own. Show all the steps. All right, let's look at it. So, once again, I just bring this down. Once again, this is the inverse. So that these cancel out, leaving me with E is equal to 7. Got 38.
Well, I did 2 times E divided by E equals 14 divided by E.
14 divided by E. Yeah. Well, 2 times 14 is 28, not 38, but that's beside the point. All right, now, P times 18 equals 18. Now, in your mind, go ahead, and if you can do it mentally, okay, then do that, but then show the work. So check yourself mentally, because, I mean, it's very simple here. What times 18 equals 18, Jesse? 1. So you know the answer is 1. So now, prove that the answer is 1 by doing your work. P times 18 divided by 18 equals 18 divided by 18. Once again, whoops, my 18's not there. Okay, and so here's your inverse. Well, over here, they just cancel out, leaving me as P, 18 divided by 18, 1. Okay, so mentally check it to make sure that you're correct, but then show the steps, because the steps must be shown. Now, try this one on your own. 120 times U equal 240. Now, in your book, they're going to write this problem like that. I want you to use the dot instead of the multiplication sign, because that looks like 120xu. Okay? So, work that problem out. Celine? Yes. Now, you have 120 times U divided by 120 equals 240 divided by 120. Once again, there's your inverse on both sides of the equation. Remember, we talked 2 days ago about it being a scale, and what you do to one side, you got to do the other side so the scale stays balanced. On this side, these cancel, leaving me with U is equal to 2, which that's 120 into 240. Now, let's talk about division equations. N divided by 7 equal 8. Okay, we said a while ago that the inverse of division is multiplication. What am I dividing by 7? I mean, what am I dividing into n? 7. So, n division sign 7 times 7, let me go back to my dot, equals 8 times 7. Again, inverse, inverse. Okay? These cancel, leaving me at n is equal to 56. Okay? So here's your problem. Here's the work. There's the answer. Okay? Now my pen's working. It's my finger that's not working. All right. Try this one on your own. N divided by 9 equal 2. D divided by 9 equal 2. All right. Drew, what did you get? 18. That is correct. So you have D divided by 9. The inverse of dividing by 9 is to multiply by 9. And we do the same thing on the other side. There's your inverse. Over here it cancels. Leave me at D is equal to 2 times 9, which is 18. All right, now we're going to apply this knowledge. We have length is equal to 5 centimeters. Now, they tell us that the area is equal to 15 centimeters squared. Now, they tell us the formula for area is equal to the length times the width. Okay? So all we have to do is this. We plug in the information that we have, which is 15 equals, 15 is our area, so I put it right here. Okay? This is our area, so I put it where the A went. Okay? The length is equal to 5 centimeters. I don't need the centimeters on there. I know that the width is going to be centimeters. Times W. How did I do what? They gave me that in the directions. They give you this formula in the directions. Okay? I'm going to make this a capital L so it's easier to see it's not 1. Okay? Now, this 15 is going there. This 5 is the length, so it goes there. All that I have left to find is the W. So I have an exact problem like we've been solving up to this point. Okay? So I solve it. Now, this problem here is the same thing as that right there. Exactly the same. So if it's easier for you to see that way, then obviously put it that way. So we rewrite the problem. And we do the inverse to both sides. Once again, we have our inverse here and our inverse there. Okay? These two cancel. Leave me a W is equal to 3. And that's 3 centimeters because that's what the rectangle gave us. Owen?
How do you know which one's the length and which one's width?
Well, in this one, they told us right there. They'll tell you which one is the length, what they're giving you, either the length or the width.
Is that in the book?
Yeah.
Is that a 1 or an L?
It's an L. No, it's a small L, a small letter L. They're giving you the length and they're giving you the area, so you've got to find the other one on that particular problem. All right, so your answer is the width is 3 centimeters. Okay. Now, your homework. 12.4, 1 through 19, and 22 and 23. Okay, we have quite a bit of time, so I need you to start doing it, so that way if you have questions, I can answer them. Now, everybody look at number 1. Number 1 is exactly the same as everything we did, except for a whole number, they give you a decimal. But the process doesn't change. Still do the inverse operation. Okay? Now, the thing that you got to remember when you're dividing, in other words, if I have 2.5 into 20, remember you have to move this decimal out of there. So you really have 25 in 2, but I have to move the decimal here as well. So you have 25 into 200. Okay? So remember, you have to move the decimal when the decimal is on the outside like that. Okay? So get to work. The what now? On the first one? Okay, what are you dividing by? So it goes on the outside. Okay, it goes on the outside, 18 goes on the inside.